Hello, everybody. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to get in here before I start. Okay. So, what's up, everyone? How are you on this cold February evening? Um, so I haven't gone live. I haven't really posted much content. I've just been really just enveloped in the love of my family and everything that's going on. Me and my husband's anniversary was on Valentine's Day. Been married 4 years. And for those of you who know, I am a happily married woman. And my husband's is so supportive. And, we're not perfect. We argue, we fight. But one thing about us, we always come back and talk about what happened. And it really prevents a lot of stuff from happening bad. Communication is the key. So I wanted to go live for a few reasons because I just recently saw an article, a post on YouTube. There is this clip of Rick Ross and you know, doing his Rick Ross thing. And apparently, there was this talent competition between women who were attempting to be the first lady of Maybach Music, and they were singing. And there was a girl who started singing, beautiful girl. Um, she was racially ambiguous. I tell the truth, I don't know what she was. So um, but she was obviously very light skinned. And I'm going to be honest, I'm from Chicago. I listen to music. It's the difference between people who can sing and people who can sing. Somebody who blow a left lung out singing. And this watered down version of voices in R&B is really, really annoying because I grew up with the generation of In Vogue, of Jade, of SW, of Escape, really strong, really powerful voices, talents. Yes, all of that. You had to have skills to get on back in the day when I was coming up. But now, if you just pretty and you kind of can sing, you can get on. This woman wasn't even that. And although she was, hold on, although she was very aesthetically pleasing, I mean, if that's what your thing is, she lacked true talent. To be as modest in that, that's what I'm saying. She lacked talent. And Rick Ross was like, "Oh, you got a future, and you're. Okay." So the next girl, before the next girl gets up, she was like, "Well, someone here has my same beat, and and she, I'm just trying to, you can see the difference." And so I'm like, okay, she throwing a little shade, but okay, this is a competition. You got to put your best foot forward and use what you got to get what you want. Ronnie Ho Coates and Player Club. And the next girl going to sing, and her name was Kaya. Same beat that she used, but different song. Blew a left lung out, but she was my complexion. Rick Ross told her that the other girl before her sounded better. Now, given I'm dark skinned, I can be biased. I admit that. as someone who prides himself on being honest, even at the expense of, if that makes me look bad, if that makes me look some type of way, at least you're gonna get what's honestly me. I've met horrible singers who were dark skinned and heard horrible singers who were dark skinned. That was not the case. That was not the case. One thing I can say about Beyonce is that she can actually sing and she can sing. She can sing and she can sing. Her talent cannot be denied. So this is not a case. You don't seek to end colorism by practicing it. So I don't do that. If you have talent, you have talent. This girl had no talent. And the other girl was dark, and he told her the other girl sounded better. And the person that posted the video said this is the music industry in a nutshell. And it is. I recently wrote a song called Two, number two. After hearing Kodak Black's comments on dark skinned women, I wrote a song because he said dark skinned women are too strong, they too gutter, they not sensitive, they're not attractive, all that. He don't like his skin complexion, quote end quote. I like African American woman, African American woman. I just don't like my skin complexion. I don't give a fuck if anybody thinks I'm beautiful or not. I know I am, and I don't need to be validated by anybody. What you think in your opinion of me or is none of my business, actually. But what I will say is, don't group me into one thing and put me in a box. This is what I mean by that. Now, I'm not a big fan of interracial dating. And you can listen to Dr. Umar on the politics of that. But my thing is when you say all of somebody is no good, and that's your reasoning for making that choice, that's where I have issues. As a child taking tests in school, my teacher told me this, how to eliminate an incorrect answer when it comes to true, false, or multiple choice. If a question or a statement says all, every, any, and never, or always, that shit is wrong, because nothing is all, every, always, and never. Nothing. So let's say you say all red shirts are made by, I don't know, Gucci. All red shirts are made by, that's shit, because that's bullshit. All makes it. Now, Gucci might make red shirts, but not all shirts are made by Gucci. So you can't group into everything and say every and all and label. I have that issue with everybody who does this. No matter what they doing it about. All Christians are stupid. All Muslims are virtuous. All no. No. You can't. It's exceptions to every rule and nothing fits into that. You're limiting your perspective, which is fine. Don't limit me with your perspectives. And I will not stand for that. I will not allow that. So when it comes to interracial dating, the men who, by the way, black men engage in this more than any other race of men combined. Black men marry outside their race and date outside their race more than the races of every other man combined. That says a lot. I'm married. I got my man. But I would love for me not to have not other women to have men. But unfortunately, there's a shortage. There's this thing called interracial dating, but there's this thing called police genocide, mass incarceration, and lack of access to wealth, and other things that limit the ability for Black women to marry or even find a mate. That's why so much cheating. Because some men capitalize on the fact that women, there's not enough men to go around for all women, Black women especially. And they have two and three and four, or they have a woman and they just keep cheating on her, and because she don't want, because she loves her man and don't want to be alone, which is another issue. She just puts up with it. I mean, listen to the R&B. You cheated on me. You creeping with that girl, and that's all R&B music is now. They cheat on me. It ain't never like you love. It ain't never like showing the positive aspects of what love looks like, especially Black love. Everybody cheating and everybody making a goddamn R&B song about it. While that might be experience, why don't you try making a song about a relationship you would like to have? And imagine that it's already here, but we ain't even thinking that far yet. But getting back to what I was saying, when you group every and all and always and never, that shit is automatically false by those prefix words on that sentence. By the beginning words on that sentence. So specifically, Kodak Black said, no, Black skin women, dark skin women, they too tough. They too tough. They too this. They too strong. They too gutter. They not sensitive. When you group anything in there, you are all fucked up. That's an incorrect answer. Period. Period. So, interracial dating done by Black men, they'll say things like, all Black women are angry, or all Black women are this, and that's why I fuck with. No, the bitches you fuck with is. No, you are actually. You're the problem. Same thing with women who do that. All Black men are dogs. Anybody that groups into anybody, everybody, it's not okay. And that's a fact. That's an incorrect statement by the very nature of the statement. Every and all, always, never. And my teacher told me, when you see a statement and it's a true or false statement, and you see that, that's a dead ringer for a false statement. And that is a false statement. So, with that being said, my heart just went out to that woman because she knew she blew that song and he just shot her down and said the other girl will sing better. And later on in the interview, he said she was more attractive and he was flirting with her. Look, wasn't this a singing? And the girl was the lady who did the video. Wasn't this a singing contest? They're not there to fuck you. They're there to sing. But since he wanted to bang the light skinned one, told the other one that light skinned girl who sounded like somebody choking a goddamn cat sound better than her. Which brings me to my point. Colorism is real. It's real. I've dealt with it. And I usually highlight that. I'm going to say something about that. I experienced that in my last job. But see, the reason why colorism is so malicious, racism, we understand. We understand racism. We get it. What we don't get, because colorism is done within the group that's suppressed. It's the behavior we carry on within the group. And dealing with Willie Lynch, you understand why when you read the Willie Lynch letter. Some people think the Willie Lynch is a myth or it's not real, but the fact that the tactics used in there are still working today, that's what's real, because the shit's working. I don't care if Willie Lynch never existed. What he put in his letter on how to control slaves for the next 300 years is still working today. That's what matters to me. It's true because we continue to do it to each other. And I knew, by the time I got to a place where I knew I was beautiful by my own right, nobody telling me this, nobody gassing me up, nobody making me believe in this. When I learned and started to love Naomi, I wholeheartedly accepted all the other aspects and the traits that made this physical being, this spiritual being, this human being. So I'm going to follow that girl, the artist Kaya, Kiya. You are beautiful, honey, and you are beautiful. And you blew that song out the water. You hit notes and everything. And I'm not hating on that other girl, like the video, the girl who put up the video. I'm not hating on the other girl. But no, if you wanted to just screw Rick Ross, fine. But baby, you sound like somebody was choking my goddamn cat. But Rick Ross told her to her face that she was better than Kyla. We face this shit all the time. We face it all the time. Lord knows I face it all the time. And my talent speaks for itself. I can sing, I can write, I can rap, I can teach, I can dance, and I also have a pretty wicked oratory skill. So I hate to get into this conversation because people not even thinking this far yet. But I love the quote by someone that said 90% of who you are is unseen. Let me get that to you again. 90% of who you are is invisible, unseen. So this physical face, while I love you guys on, I love you guys, your comments on my beauty. Thank you. And I'm not saying I don't appreciate them, but I'll say it again. 90% of who I am is invisible. So this physical face, this hair, this skin is only about 10% of who I am. This body, these lips, this voice, tangible, temporary things. And if we really want to keep it a being, it is a body part, it is meat. And when I die, it will rot and disappear. And the 90% that is me will still exist. So while I don't spend a lot of time worrying about other people, I think about those little black girls like me, those little 3, 4, 5, and 6 dark-skinned, beautiful princesses thinking they're ugly because the world tells them that. But because before we really come into who we truly are, we're told by the world who we should be and who we can be. And it takes a whole bunch of trial and error and BS and rearing and healing to get rid of that junk the world gave us that we didn't deserve or ask for. What's up, cuzzo? Rick Ross is dark skinned, but this is why Kodak Black, he's quoted, I love African American woman. I just don't like my skin complexion. I want you to be lighter than me because I don't like my skin complexion. Self-hate. And at the end of my song too, I start out with that snippet, with that soundbite of Kodak Black saying what he says about dark-skinned women. But at the end of the song, I end it with a clip of a woman dropping jewels on why he said that. Who is gorgeously beautiful, dark-skinned girl, woman, by the way, and talks about the self-hate. If you can't love your own counterpart, then there's something wrong within yourself. And that comes from self-hate. And that is started and detailed in the Willie Lynch syndrome. It was a clever, clever plan. Let the ones in the house, give them special privileges and make them feel like they're better than the field niggas in the field and all them dark skin. Keep them, separate them. And then that's where the conflict comes from. Then we hate each other and fight with each other. And people say the crabs in the barrel syndrome. First of all, I hate when people say that crabs in the barrel shit. And you know why? Crabs in the barrel, they don't belong in a fucking barrel. It's the environment, stupid. Crabs never belonged in the barrel. And then now you're surprised that they claw their way out at the expense and tear other down when they getting out of there because they don't belong there. And if you really want to get, we don't belong on this piece of land, Babylon. Don't get me to preaching. This shit's falling and it's falling. It won't last very long. I just want y'all to get y'all head right and get y'all mind right and get your spirit right in the right place so you'll be ready for what's coming. Because what's coming, can't even tell you. You wouldn't even believe me. But if you want to get a half or a little piece, read the book of Revelation. And I'm not a Christian. But the Muslims, Christians, and all other world religions are telling you it's about to go down. It's going down right now. But it's really about to go down. And guess what? I ain't afraid. I'm not afraid to say what I know. I'm not afraid to speak my mind because we all should be so lucky to do so. But more than that, I'm not out here just making posts. I'm out here boots on the ground, making moves with the people. Because you ain't going to change the world in the post. Hell, the real people that I'm helping don't even got access to a fucking internet and Facebook. Those my brothers and sisters in prison. They ain't got no goddamn internet, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. That's where the warriors at. That's where the soldiers at. So, yes, it only upset me because I'm thinking about those little dark-skinned girls. What happens to them? Who's telling them they're beautiful? And y'all say your parents should. But hell, if she a dark-skinned little girl, her parents probably are dark-skinned, or at least one of them. Or she has a light-skinned mother. So come on. That's semantics. Basically, that doll test with kids. Oh, kids too young to know. Oh, they know. I want you to go turn your televisions, if y'all think I'm bullshitting, to a nightly news with a woman my complexion reporting the news. Turn your commercials to women my complexions on commercials. Turn your magazines to women of my complexion in there. It's not doing a goddamn makeup magazine. Huh? Huh? Okay. We don't see positive examples of beautiful black women. And those little girls need to see that. So, do I think colorism is a barrier to success? It depends on what you mean by success. Because I've been putting my middle finger up to the industry. Whether I want to be visible and have a masterpiece in a voice, it has nothing to do with the music industry. I wouldn't go to them damn award shows even if I was. Because nobody, when I'm sitting at home, nobody ever wins that I think deserve it. They don't even get shine. They about charts and shit like that. Hip hop ain't about that. Ain't about no goddamn chart. You living for a musical chart rating? Get your life. Get your spirit in order. If anything, I got my wrecking ball, no reference to Miley Cyrus, to tear that bitch down. It needs to be destroyed, in my opinion. So to the beautiful black princesses out there, to that beautiful artist Kai with the lovely angelic voice, also powerful, not just a mousy. She has some lungs. You can sing, girl, and you can sing. It's a difference. You can sing or you can sing. And guess what? You got to get ugly to sing. Make all you got to make all them faces when you really singing. You can't be cute. It's a goddamn shame. But anyway, have talent, people, in whatever you do. If you a cabinet maker, be the best goddamn cabinet maker. And if they tell you ain't the right color to make cabinets for that company, start your home. And if you can't get into the music industry, fuck them. Sing anyway. And I promise you, you walk with a force with you, behind you, around you, under you, and through you, more powerful than anything. Because that shit's going down. Babylon is falling. And again, I'm not a Christian. And I'm not here to spread dogma. They got enough people doing that. I'm talking about the war between good and motherfucking evil. And in that, we got dark-skinned people evil. We got light-skinned people evil. We got women that's evil. We got men that's evil. But what people don't remember is that we have good everywhere. So thank you guys for joining me in my little rant. I got a little emotional when I saw them do that to that sister with Rick Ross ass. Get you some goddamn cholesterol medication, you bastard. We ain't taking your shit. I wouldn't, like Adele said in Players, I wouldn't buy your shit bootleg from your mama, nigga. You a fucking correctional officer anyway. I spent 15 years in prison. What I look like going to buy one of them motherfuckers' albums? What is it? The Beating You Down remix? The Handcuff and Beat Your Ass song? Maybe you need to keep it real, Rick Ross, and make some of that shit. Because if you were a correction officer, either you was real, real cool, or you are real, real fucked up, because there's no gray in the penitentiary as far as the guards. Either you was in there bringing niggas dope in and shit, letting them slide with shit, or you was in there oppressing people with your motherfucking flashlight and can of mace, nigga. Fuck you. I'm out this bitch.